Welcome to Texas.
Yeehaw! I'm Tony.
I'm Peggy.
And we're two RV industry veterans who travel part-time
In a small trailer.
looking to share big adventures and help you with great tips,
Tricks.
and discounts.
And today we have a bunch of tipsters, that are going to help us. We are at a Mini Lite rally. As you know, we own a Mini Lite.
Yeah.
And we are here with a bunch of Mini Lite, Micro Lite owners. And we thought, hey, as long as we have all these experts here in a group, we might as well pick their brains and find out what they know.
Yeah, because we may sound like we know what we're talking about, but we're not so sure. But we have people here who do a lot of traveling, have been a lot of places, and have really good taste in RVs. And so we thought we'd get some good ideas that we can share with all of you out there.
So first, I know I've talked to a lot of you about what you have. Who has the oldest Mini Lite that's still here?
Susan.
I think so.
Yeah, see, I told you not to sit off camera. So, yeah, yours is come on up front so we can...
Come and tell us what you have.
Oh, I like your shot glass on a necklace.
There's a story behind this.
Oh, well, that's good too.
Excellent.
So we have a 2015 2104S. We are the original owners, and have loved every minute of it. It's been a lot of fun. During the height of COVID, I was going through chemotherapy, and it was our hotel when I had to travel to Houston to go for treatment, and it was our safe place to stay. So it's getting up there, but I have a really soft spot in my heart for
Absolutely.
Well, and it's held up well and done well for you too.
Yeah.
So they're great campers. Wait, I want to hear the shot glass story.
As long as you're here.
She has, by the way, for those of you, okay, two things. This is the first of, we are now going to go video every week. We make that commitment to you. And second, for those of you who are listening on the audio podcast, she has what looks like a little, it's a Hofbräu Bierstein. And you got blue and white ribbons on it. So that's from Oktoberfest.
That way, it did. It's from Munich. So every year at the end of this rally, when we're sitting around, we talk about, what we want to do different next time. What might we do? And several years ago was the first time I think we did the camper crawl. And me being the shy, retiring person that I am, suggested, what we should do is we should do a shot crawl. So we should go do the camper crawl, but each camper has a different shot and shot glasses. Well, apparently me and these two were the only people who thought that was a good idea. So that never came to fruition, but Nell and Dan thought this was a really good idea, and they have a son in Germany. And she got on the horn with him and said, I need shot glasses. And this is the first time we've been back together since that conversation happened. And so they brought us these as gifts. And they are Hofbräu. And apparently you can go to something like a beer crawl or a wassail crawl where you go from place to place and they will fill your shot glass and you can take your shot.
Nice.
And move on. So that's what
That
this is
sounds like that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were in the Hofbräu. Oh God, it was 2003.
2004.
Yeah.
2004.
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
And I wanted to hear that song in München State on Hofbräuhaus. And €15 is what they're so sick of playing it in there. It was €15 to hear, but I paid it, so.
Yeah. Good.
Now,
So that's the story.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Now the big
Yay, Susan. Thank you.
the big question, do I tell my Bierstein story? Probably not.
Probably not. So who has put the most miles? Well, okay, you have to be excluded now or you're going to be up here all the time. Who's put the most miles on? Or who wants to tell us about some big epic long adventure you went on?
I saw somebody that came in here late that has got 100 stickers on the back.
100 stickers on the back.
The Johnsons would take that award.
They would.
Okay.
They're not. And you have been doing this rally for 8 years now.
Something like that. Yeah.
8 years.
Different variations of camping.
Yeah.
But 8 years now. And last year it hailed like the dickens here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So-
and that was hard to believe yesterday when we got here and it was 100.
Yeah. Although today is
Today
not.
is much
That was
nicer.
the fourth hottest April 18th in Junction in history.
Oh boy.
Man.
Okay, what about
I want to hear
what
about.
questions?
Well, a great. Who came
Who
from?
came the farthest to get here?
Don, imagine Don and Neil.
Don and Elle came from
Arizona.
Arizona.
Oh, yeah, you beat
okay,
us.
Yep. I mean, technically, we came the farthest because we went from
Well, yeah.
New Mexico to Louisiana to Kansas to get here.
Right.
But
Yeah, but
we don't have the longest drive home. How's
right.
that?
Yeah, you guys do. And how much travel do you do in a year? Like in?
Now we need to see you.
Oh, here it comes. And she's wearing red. We're recording this on a Friday, and normally we would be wearing red also
we don't
to
have
remember
any
everybody
red
to put.
stressless
I don't have a
shirts.
Rockwood
We gotta
shirt in
fix
red
that.
or a stressless shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna come on, Rockwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we remember everyone to put.
Absolutely,
right. That's
every
right.
Friday.
My aged mother lives at my house, which means we don't get to travel as much as we would like. So this is our big trip every year, except last year because he was ill and we could not. But before that, we would travel short distances, but often. We used to have the same camper she has, the 2104 2015, that we bought new on our way from moving from Georgia to Arizona.
Okay.
But we'd already had a trailer in Arizona. We just kind of fell in love with Mini Lite. So we got to do it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Some people
So
stop for brisket sandwich. You stopped and bought a Mini Lite.
Yeah.
They had all the models for 2 years, and I got to choose whichever one I wanted.
Oh, that's
Nice.
good. How did everyone decide on a Mini Lite? Were a lot of them like research
Murphy bed.
You wanted a Murphy bed.
RV shows?
RV shows.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can tell you how I decided on ours.
Okay, thank you.
Don't need to stand up.
No, you're good. I
I
got
think
you
we
right
can
in the
see
shot.
you. Yeah.
Well, we narrowed it down. I looked at them we had a casita. And we went to this RV show on Tony Linda. And I did the research before going. I narrowed it down to Mini Lite and Lance. And that's what I wanted to look at while I was there. So we went there and we had 214S. That's what we were looking at. And the Lance, whatever the Lance was. Went in the Lance. The Lance is more expensive, obviously, to start with. Lower ceiling, flat ceiling, and it just doesn't seem as homey. And we went into the 2104S. The salesman was in there with 7 or 8 other people.
Oh
In
man.
this 2104S. And I said, if he can do that, that's what I want.
Yeah.
And so we left, and next week I called him and I said, that's what I want, that exact model there, because it had everything. It had, well, I can't sell you that one. I don't want that one. I want a new one.
Yeah. I want that hasn't had 7 people partying in it.
That's why I got it. With the slide out and the couch in there, that many people inside, that little thing like that. Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the Murphy bed, that was a seller there. So we got it, and they got one, and journeyed on.
Excellent.
So our story was Peggy and I we had we had this Jayco pop-up trailer, and we bought it. A friend of ours was getting a divorce, and the husband told the wife, whatever you get for it, just split with me. So we bought a Jayco pop-up trailer for $500. But it had seen better days. But we wanted something also with a Murphy bed, and we wanted something a little bit nicer. And for a year, Peggy and I stopped at so many RV dealerships.
Let's say like 4 years.
Yeah, was it that long?
We owned a bed and breakfast. We had the pop-up, we sold the pop-up, bought a bed and breakfast, And for like 3 years, we kind of talked about selling the bed and breakfast. So all that time, every time we were on the road and we saw a dealership and we had an extra half hour, we'd stop and look at trailers. And then after the bed and breakfast sold, then for about the year after that, every time we were on the road, we'd stop and look at trailers. And we finally found the well, to be honest, we had decided on an R-Pod.
Or we were at least going there to look
We had
at
thought
our
what we wanted was an R-Pod, and we went to the dealership, and the man said, well, now wait, if you like the R-Pod, let me show you this. And we walked in, it was a 1905S, no slide, Murphy bed, single axle. They don't even make them that little anymore at Mini Lite. And we walked in and said, you're right, this is absolutely the one. We saw it for 4 minutes and we were hooked.
Yep. Yeah.
And the things that we wouldn't have liked about the R-Pod that we didn't realize we wouldn't like was the like east to west bed, and it was so squishy, and
Well, that's kind of how we got started. Really, what motivated me to go to bigger is we had a casita. We love the casita, but spend a rainy weekend in them. It's like living in your walk-in closet for a week.
Yeah.
So I said, no,
Yeah.
bigger.
And I was surprised. We were driving through Texas to get to Texas, and I saw the casita factory.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Rice.
Texas.
yeah, they're made right there. If I had known, I'd have stopped and watched them make them.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Maybe next
Very
time.
well made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those fiberglass egg trailers are pretty neat.
They are.
Did you ever go to a fiberglass, like a egg trailer rally?
No.
No? Those, I've been told they're fun.
Well, we had a casita rally here before we
Yeah.
had the Mini Lite.
Before the Mini Lite rally.
Micro Lite.
Yep. So I want to hear about the toilet paper contraption.
Tony?
Tony's.
Toilet paper thing.
So we got, he can see me. We went to the RV show at AT&T Stadium. And of course we started with the vendors. And the first vendor we went to, he's got a cabinet door on a stand and there's a slot in it. And through that slot is toilet paper. And we were like, what's this? And so he developed this mechanism that you cut a slot in the door, and then this piece fits in that slot, and it's got a flange on the back side that holds it tight with a toilet paper holder. And you just set the toilet paper on there, and then he even gives you a little thin piece of plastic that you put through the slot,
To feed it.
hook the toilet paper on to pull it out, and then when you shut the cabinet door, you don't see the toilet paper holder. All you see is a sheet of toilet paper sticking through the door.
Kind of like sticking its tongue out at you.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. When you haven't got room in the bathroom,
I gotta see that.
it's
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, that we have to see that.
Yeah, that's something you can't visualize until you really see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And both of you guys bought them, right?
Not me.
Not you?
No.
It
Okay.
took
Fred.
maybe all of 15 minutes to install it. I mean, they give you a template, right? And and instructions. Put the template on the door and use a pencil to go around the template, and then drill a couple of holes and use your jigsaw.
Yeah, just cut your slot.
Cut it out, sand it off, and stick it on. 15 minutes and I was done. She couldn't believe it.
Huh.
My hands were shaking when I was cutting the door.
Yeah, right.
That
That'd be
was
my
the first
problem.
part. But we were his first two customers. He had just brought it to market, and Fred and I were like, yeah, we'll buy that. He took our picture and said, y'all are my first two.
All right.
Do you have to remember the name of that thing?
No, but Fred will.
Okay.
figure it out?
Now, on the same subject, I know you said don't pick you out, but man, I love your idea about the way you've also done toilet paper.
My name is Aaron. We're from Seguin, Texas, and we are very new with Rockwood Mini Lites, and this is, I think, our sixth trip out in it. We were looking at the TP situation in the bathroom, where to put it to keep it from getting wet, those kinds of things, and noticed the flip-down door underneath the sink. It seemed like a perfect place to have some type of dispensing going on, but whose roll fits in there. So I just changed the size of my roll. I took an electric drill with a number 2 pencil or a dowel rod and just resized my my roll, customized my roll size. I set it in that drawer where it feeds off the bottom, comes over and then through the handle, and I didn't have to cut a slot in my door.
Oh man.
We can
have-
put 2 rolls,
Yeah,
2 mini
two
rolls.
side by side rolls.
And you
Okay.
re-roll, you make a roll with the drill.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
do have
pretty.
pictures.
Yeah, I saw the picture. It's pretty fantastic.
So you re-rolled your toilet.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just a smaller roll.
Smaller roll.
Dowel rolled, dowel raw. Just sat there in the living room. About 10 per trip. And
Thread on a bobbin.
It's
Yeah.
it's exactly what it is, like refilling a bobbin on a sewing machine. That's all it is. Except you're getting rid of all that empty space in the middle.
Oh yeah.
So
Any other-
two good toilet
Yeah.
paper ideas.
Any other clever toilet paper hacks before we move out of the bathroom? And
Move on to somewhere else.
Somewhere else,
somewhere else.
maybe a better room. Any other good hacks that you guys have done, or?
little minor modifications, great big modifications.
I know you can't see me, so I will just be the vacant voice.
Okay.
On the 2104S, and I think a lot of us have the rail on the outside where you can hook the table on. Okay. Ours is so old that there was no, they now have like a peninsula in the 2104S in the kitchen, or and I've seen some folks have actually built a little extension onto the counter just to the left of the stove. But what I did is went on trusty Amazon and bought another piece of that rail. We had to cut it to length, but we mounted it just on the side of the cabinet, just to your left as you come in the door, right by the stove. Now, you can get in and out with that there in place, but that's not what it's for. It's for at night when we're setting up the PC to hook up to the TV to watch our movies. We can put that there. We can set that. Also, if I'm cooking, I can move my coffee maker from off the counter to this little thing here and still use
Just
the
out of the way.
surface. Yeah, so we've really enjoyed having that little option.
Something.
You did a pop-up shelf as well,
Yeah. Not a shelf, but an outlet.
didn't you?
Yep.
Didn't you add a pop-up shelf at the end of your cabinet?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you could actually leave yours, right? We did that in the 1905. That just reminded me because we had like couple inches of counter space in the 1905, so we got some of that rail and put it on the end. But because of the Murphy bed, Tony wouldn't have been able to get out of bed unless we took that table off at night and moved it out of the way. It was a really tight squeeze there at the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
But so you did a similar thing,
Don tell you
Don?
about
No.
his recliner mod. And all
Oh yeah.
Ah.
All right.
What mod?
the recliners and what you did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we got
yes.
recliners, yeah.
Name is Don. We have a 2504S, and which we bought 2 years ago. But before that, we had the 2104. And on the end of our kitchen counter, you got the sink, and then there's just a small space after the sink that there's no room to put anything. So they, Amazon, they have hinges, a table or a counter you can snap up, and I put a cutting board on that.
Oh, cool.
So we can
Okay.
drop it down and get through there. Then we bring it up, and we have our grandkids with us. They can sit at that little table to eat, or it's an extension from our kitchen sink, so we have to put things.
Yeah.
And also, excuse me, by the door, they have a pop-up 110 outlets. We put that in our countertop. It sits flush. You tap it, comes up, and you got two outlets. And the plug-in is on the outside of the trailer. Drilled a hole, mounted it, so we can bring a 110 cord in from outside and plug it in, and that circuit is separate from the trailer
Oh.
circuit. So we can plug in like a coffee maker or an Instapot, and we can still use microwave, or the AC can continue to run without turning it off, and using an appliance that takes 20 amps.
Huh, that's a good idea.
Great.
So now we understand now they build them that way. They have them with the pop-up
Yeah,
110,
yeah.
But it's
and
not
the
a-
outlets
They're still part
outside
of
that
the
you
30 amp.
run off of your power pole here, and you just plug it in.
Well, having a separate circuit though
That's amazing.
That's
is good,
nice,
and
yeah.
also, you know, we love these trailers, but those outlets aren't necessarily that good for a continuous draw. I've seen them melt in different trailers, and so
Those outlets that are in the trailers, I had a problem with one when I pulled it off. They have like a little scissors.
Yep. yeah, it's
sleeve,
self-tapping
and
when
they-
you.
slide down. Well, in mine, the old one, the wire started coming off. I hear buzzing and wouldn't work right. So I took it out and I put a regular household outlets in it now.
Yeah.
So that they are pushed in or on the mounting screws. So
Yeah,
you don't
there's-
have that problem at all.
There's
Yeah.
not a lot of contact. It's like a scissors type of thing, and yeah, and
they slide on. But
yeah.
Through the little surface area connection.
Right, it has to cut
blades
through the
cut through
plastic.
the
It has to cut through the insulation.
Cut through the plastic, razor's edge connection on the edge of the wire.
And
Yeah.
mine had come loose.
Okay.
And it was buzzing and making a noise, and that's how I found out these were just simply cheap. Okay, and one more thing.
Yeah.
Go Pack Go.
Excellent. Aaron, I think you have done a lot of, you know your way around fixing stuff. That seems to be my perception just having met you yesterday. So, any other mods folks have done? So one,
We did a little simple thing to the sink. You got the high-rise faucet on it, but not like at home. You don't have that sprayer that you can pull out.
Pull out.
So Amazon, look on Amazon, you can buy this little snake thing, about that long. You just take the nozzle off of the high-rise thing, put it on, and it goes back and forth like that.
oh yeah.
Sprayer.
And it does spray and string.
Little wiggle nozzle.
Yeah, it's about that long.
Yeah.
Elephant trunk, we call it.
I'm-
It
Yeah.
also has one that just, you take that out and you put it right on to the high-rise thing.
Didn't you buy that in quartzite?
I bought one in quartzite, but it wouldn't. It was a different size from the faucet, so
It does. You can buy
I
the
probably need to
adapters.
find one that's
It works great.
I got frustrated and got rid of it, so I'll have to get another one.
Quartzite is amazing and silly at the same time. So one of the things we found, we have an over-the-door paper towel holder that, you know, we bought at like Target or whatever, and it just fits over our pantry door in the 2205. And Peggy discovered that fits right in that little TV mount on the outside.
That little kind of V-shaped mount.
Yeah.
That
It
thing just slides
drops
right in there.
And that's right where your griddle and that little table are, so it works out.
It's a good place for paper towels. Yeah.
It's a good place for a fan, too.
It's a good place for
Yeah,
a fan.
who was it who
Yeah,
said that?
has-
It was,
Probably
yeah,
a lot
you
of you
set
have
up a
fans.
fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oscillating fans.
Yeah.
Or
A little
fan
bracket
fan
just
thing.
slides right in that V notch there.
Yeah.
Hang the fan there.
Yeah, that's a great, then you're set up.
Hurricane oscillating fan.
Hurricane.
And it'd probably help alleviate the bugs, which right now, there are more than them
Yeah.
here than us.
We put it in our bedroom now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The fan.
Mount in the
Where
bedroom.
the TV mount is.
Oh, that's a good
Oh, okay.
idea.
It's wired for the TV, but the mount's not there, so we put it. I screwed it in there. So we
Okay.
put it in the bedroom.
That's a good idea.
Good idea. Yeah.
We have the
25 FKS, which is a 2506.
Six.
Yeah, 2506.
Okay.
That's the one on top of it.
yeah we've had
Which is the front kitchen.
Front kitchen.
Susan's,
Yeah, I like
Susan's
that.
ready.
We had, the one before we had was a 2503 and it had the Murphy bed
Okay.
with two doors.
Okay.
I want to point out that
Yeah,
when we
kitchen
were
slide.
looking at trailers, there were two we liked, and he overrode me, and he this trailer was the trailer that he liked. And what trailer do we have now?
The one she liked.
Usually the way it works out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about, that's how it works.
Okay, so if none of you can think of a mod, how many people have either changed out your mattress, or do you use a mattress topper, or do you actually love that hard mattress? Topper?
Yeah.
Toppers?
Changed out my mattress.
You changed it? Okay.
Yeah, I often wonder, You know, it would make sense to me that the RV industry ships product with no mattresses, but then when I worked at an RV dealership for a few years, and it's amazing if you had one in there with no mattress, like it was used, and they're like, why isn't there a mattress in here? All right.
Well, and he said, well, the dealerships could just keep all the different kinds of mattress. So I said, your dealership, the building was as big as a trailer.
Yeah. It
Where
was a
are you
trailer.
going to store all those mattresses?
We bought used.
It's just not practical.
It didn't come with the mattress.
Okay.
So we bought something for it.
So I don't know if this is funny or sad, but so a lot of people, when they bought trailers from us at the dealership, they would just keep the mattress. It's terrible. So somehow I found out about a women's shelter, and these women had, they had gone through not such great things. And so I asked, hey, do you guys want free mattresses? Oh, yeah. And so I brought them a few, and it didn't take them long to go, yeah, don't bring us those anymore.
We don't need them anymore.
That's a great idea, though.
Yeah. Poor women have been through enough already.
So we replaced our mattress. We got a mattress from Ghost Bed, and my nephew came over. We did some other mods, and my nephew came over to help do that. And he took the mattress topper off the old mattress and took it home because they live in an RV, and he said their mattress was like this. And so they took the topper home, and the next day they came over to pick up the babies, and I said, take the mattress. The mattress is way better, and with the topper it'll be fine, way better than what you have. And he said, oh no, with the topper it's perfect. I couldn't even get him to take a free mattress.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah. But some people, there's a small percentage, admittedly, but there is a small percentage of people who say they love that hard mattress.
Well, yeah. I mean, you go to a mattress store and there's so many different types.
Yeah.
So anybody do anything where after you're done, you're like, phooey.
That was a bad idea.
That was a bad idea.
We've held off for the rally to try and see what kind of fooey y'all did.
That's a great idea.
We got our list. We're going to scratch off things people say not to do.
Nope.
Works bad.
Yeah.
Everything we've done, we've been happy with.
We hung like little shoe racks on the underside of the bed and on the side of the cabinet with it's not command strips, but it's the adhesive patches.
Okay.
And they come in the heat. They will self-remove, and they will take the surface right off.
Oh,
no.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. That's not good. We have a bunch of those. So far, so good. But
Well, we don't put anything as heavy as shoes.
no,
I
it's
think we have
hats.
lightweight stuff, hats. Yeah.
Lots and lots of
I use
hats.
a lot of command strips, and those will work okay. The little pull tab thing, that'll work. They'll come off. But these are the ones, the little round plastic things. You peel it off and stick it up, and God forbid you should want to change anything.
Oh, yeah. Then it peels off whatever's under it.
Hey, Don, you need to tell what you did with your kitchen sink.
Oh,
yeah.
What did you do to your kitchen sink, Dawn?
Well, a lot of people have dealt with this.
Oh, the sink drop?
The sink dropped,
Okay.
and Beth had told us that theirs happened. And before ours dropped, I took a putty knife and went around and found out about half of it was glued. Around one end was glued and a spot glue here. So I went in, used a putty knife, scraped it around, and got the sink down. Then I took it out and set it on top of the opening. And there was a lot of glue on the composite sink, so I sanded it down real good, real fine sandpaper, got it all cleaned up, and now it sits on top, and all the plumbing all fits perfect.
Huh.
There's no changing of the plumbing or anything. It just all fits right in.
So your sink is plastic or composite? Not because some of them are stainless steel, or at least look like it.
Stainless steel.
Huh? Yeah, I don't get the appeal of an undermount sink. All I could think about is, but it's people are, I love that undermount sink.
All of them will drop eventually.
His looks so nice.
Yeah, the surround on it.
For a while I had sticks underneath, pieces of wood to help make sure it didn't drop, but then it got in the way of our storage.
Yeah.
So I come up with, and took it out, set it on top, no problem at all. Everything fit perfect.
So,
Glued it in,
your undermount sink is now a drop-in?
Yep.
dropped right on top. Didn't change anything. Didn't have to recut the hole or anything.
So what you sanded was the ridge of the sink after it fell.
Yes.
Okay.
The surround.
To clean it up.
Surround
The top part. Just sanded it real
It's just
fine.
glued up underneath it?
Yep.
It's just glued up underneath
It was glued up barely
The
underneath.
original one.
You figured it out.
So many of those are dropping.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
For it.
we had in our, so for those of you who don't know, we have a Facebook group, Rockwood Mini Lite hyphen Flagstaff Micro Lite fan club, and we have like 12,000 people in there. And there was a time that the sinks were dropping out left and right. And my understanding is that a glue supplier, their product didn't live up to what they claimed. And because you don't see it anymore, but like, well, yeah, you know, a mod that Tony did, not this Tony, but the other Tony. I want to hear about your roof.
Oh. So you started out with, last year we had a hailstorm.
Yeah.
So on Saturday night, this one freak storm, everything was north of us. One freak storm came from the west, and it put down golf ball size hail. And the trucks all took a beating, but we didn't think that the trailers took much of a beating. It was more the tow vehicles all got dented. Well, I went on the roof. Nothing was broken. The skylight was not broken. The air conditioner cover wasn't broken. Nothing. Fast forward 11 months later, and Fred Schultz called me and said, "You need to go look at your roof again." And it was just on the leading edge where the rubber wraps over to the side. And there were these little half-moon cuts in it. And we called the insurance company, and they said, "Yeah, you've got a what do they call it? You have a claim because it's a through and through cut, and water will go down." And so we found a company called Elite RV Roof and Collision up in North Fort Worth, Texas, and they put the Rhino lining roof on. They took everything off the roof, everything, replaced any wood that was damaged, and then it's a coat of polyurethane, and then they actually spray the Rhino lining on there 3/8 of an inch thick.
Wow.
Yeah, it's thick. And
Bring on the hail now, huh?
Yeah, if it starts to hail, I'm coming to your trailer.
Right?
We've been through 2 rainstorms, and you can hardly hear it raining because the roof is so thick.
Now, in a way, that's a little bit sad to me because I like it when it sounds like ping pong balls are falling on the roof.
We still
The dogs don't say that.
Yeah.
Oh, you have it on the slide out. Okay.
No, it's lifetime guaranteed, transferable. So if we sold our trailer, the new owners get the lifetime guarantee. There's no maintenance. I use no dichlor, nothing. I don't have to touch it. Take a garden hose and hose it off.
Do you know if it added any weight?
200 pounds.
200 pounds? Okay.
200 pounds.
Did you add it to the top of the slide out as well?
No, we did not put it on the slide out.
There's slide cover.
Yeah, they weren't in favor of adding it there.
recommend that. We also have.
Yeah, we waited till Fred and Tony did theirs.
And then you did yours.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like Aaron, right? Wait and make sure it's going to work before
Right.
you do it.
Had to spray the bumper and then that front, the grill on the front. Spray that.
Oh, yeah.
From rusting because we live on the coast and so salt.
Oh, yeah.
Where do y'all live?
Lake Jackson,
Oh, okay.
So
not
further
as
north.
far down as
Yeah.
you.
these guys that did it, this Elite RV Roof and Collision, when they took our trailer apart, number one, they came and picked our trailer up. And took
Really?
It to the repair shop.
Nice.
The insurance company only wanted to pay $3,400 for a total roof. And then when Elite called them, they were like, "Oh, yeah, well, okay, we'll pay the full thing." Now we did pay the difference between a rubber roof and the new roof, the Rhino roof, which was $37 a foot, and it's linear foot.
Okay.
So that wasn't that much. But when they were taking it down, taking it apart, they broke the TV antenna.
Oh.
So just called us and said, we broke the antenna, we're replacing it. And, you know, new antenna, RV, Wi-Fi extender, the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Okay.
We were hoping they'd break ours.
What was strange, that hailstorm, it didn't break any of the plastic stuff up there.
Yeah, that's what.
The skylights, the air conditioning
skylight
covers.
broke?
It broke the not the skylight, but the vent, the cover.
The cover over the vent.
We didn't know it
the fan.
until right before we took it to RV Elite. It rained. It was sitting in our driveway, ready to go someplace, and it rained. And we walked in the bathroom, and there was water on the floor.
Oh,
So it
okay.
came straight down. Luckily, it wasn't coming down walls and stuff. But they told us, because we couldn't see anything, but they said when they looked, there was a crack like that you could barely see someplace. They found it right away. It's not something we could find.
Huh. Well, that's not good because we were in a hailstorm the other day, and Peggy said, "Go up on the roof and see what you see." And
I
I
wouldn't
said,
say that.
the skylight is fine. It should be all okay. But
Yeah.
now it makes
Now we've gotta-
now it makes me second guess.
Like fingernail. So somebody stuck it with a finger. All on the edge.
Yeah, like little crescent.
Just on the
Yeah.
Drone for.
Pardon me?
Drone for.
A drone, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It is
Well, you-
really high up on our shopping list.
Well, the funny thing is, I always say, if you want to know the laziest way to accomplish a task, I am your man. So, like inspecting the roof, I take that GoPro camera on a pole and I shoot a video, and I can go in and zoom in and all of that stuff, and then I have a sequence. So I'm like, okay, the roof looked like that here. Now, 4 months later, whatever, it looks like this. And if I'm like, oh, there's, a problem, then I can. So that's my lazy man tip for the
The
day.
lower you get, the less you want to get up there.
That's true.
You should urge people to download not just the Weather Channel, but to pay and get a good radar app, because we were sitting watching the movie and we were watching the storms, the lightning and the thunder and the big clouds to the north of us. And then out of the blue on my radar app, one popped up to the west, and the colorations, it went green, red, white, pink.
Huh.
White
Oh.
and pink is hail. And we all took off and hooked them. And we got back to our trailers, and the hail was here.
Huh.
It was severe.
Yeah, it started to hail way before it started to rain.
Yeah.
We were sitting in our trailer and it was like, bang, bang.
Oh, gosh.
It just came down in buckets, and it was just hail. It wasn't raining at all. It was just hail.
Wow.
Tony,
Wow.
his truck was 3 days old.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Ours was 6 weeks old.
Yeah, this was its first trip, right? Your truck?
273 miles.
Oh.
$9,000.
I
Yikes.
didn't call the insurance company. I told them I had two things. I bought a new truck. Oh, congratulations. And now I need to do a hail claim on it.
Boy.
We had to wait for the insurance. It was not a problem, but they had to do all the paperwork. They had to have many days to switch it over.
Yeah.
And they had to do all the paperwork to switch over the insurance before we could make the claim.
Oh, gosh.
Man.
Oh, by the way, who's your new insurance?
Took everything.
Yes.
The paint was never
Guys, I use.
Uh-huh.
Took it. You can't see any dents.
Did they have
That's
to
good.
take out any interior, or was it?
There was over 600 dents in the hood alone.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Pull the interior. You can do it all that way.
We went to the bathroom with our two dogs, brought the slide out on our trailer, and then went to the bathroom up there. And I stood there and watched with tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
Hail beating our truck. It didn't bust the windshield.
That's the amazing thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then, of course, we were all outside after it. And the funny thing is, right here across from where y'all are at, there was 200 Cub Scouts camping in tents.
Oh, boy.
Man.
It was
Those
like
poor
a
kids.
city down here from all the park rangers and people coming to check on the kids.
Oh. Man.
Earned their badges.
Yeah. The hail badge.
But if it happens this year, we are going to pull our truck into the grass under the trees, no matter what the park ranger says.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that story? What's that story there? What did that
They were getting after you if you parked.
So
Well, they told
we
you
asked
not
the,
to.
We
Yeah.
asked the park host. There might be hail tonight. Could we put our trucks under the trees? And they looked at us and said, absolutely not. No vehicles on grass. So we all play by the rules, right? The next morning, the park host truck is under the trees, and he got it stuck.
Oh.
Well, that karma came around.
Yeah. Did you guys all stand there and go, ha 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 ha? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well,
that was a bad deal for hail, because when I took mine into that Franklin's Dent place, they had guys there that had just come from down South Texas, somewhere around A&M, for a bad hailstorm. They're up here for this hailstorm. When they got through the DFW area, they all went to Denver for that big hailstorm.
Oh, the insurance thing.
The insurance, the Dent people.
that's probably where your brother your brother had his truck out in the hail.
In Denver.
Yeah. And he was with us on vacation, and he sees the report, and it's like, man.
They sent 40 people to Denver to help this company out of DFW.
Man.
His friend was sending him pictures.
Well, then we know where to go.
Yeah, we have an in now. If it
big discount, right?
Do any of you have solar panels? And did you when the hail came?
Fred does, but he's not here.
Fred did, but he's not here.
Fred had them then, though, did he?
Not last year.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wonder, because that whole roof is almost glass.
Yeah, our roof
and
is
I
pretty
wonder
protected
how
by
well
solar
it would.
panels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how it would do. So.
Didn't Dave and Annette have solar panels they said didn't get affected?
Huh.
I thought I read that. Dave and Annette.
No, David and Annette, they have a camper van
exterior,
and their air conditioner cover got cracked.
Okay.
But not the solar.
No.
That's impressive.
So if you talk to Rockwood, would you ask them which brain surgeon came up with the idea of putting all the water connections right over the power?
Yeah.
It keeps it clean.
Part of Ohm's law there?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting to hear things like that and the issues that, you know, I know the front windshield is a real sore spot. A 2015 has a nice cover that goes right over the windows.
Yes.
A 2015 has the water connections on the back and the power on the side. A 2015 has a top mount kitchen sink. So what am I missing?
They always got to do something new to attract new,
like put
new
glass
and
in the oven
improve.
doors.
Yeah, a 2015 has a metal oven door.
I still do.
Ours does too.
Tony, talk about the solar. How much power can you get off of that, and how long can you boondock with that, or is that really a big help?
Yeah, it's fantastic. So it's 1,000 watts of solar and 400 amp hours of lithium battery. And I'll be happy to show you guys all that, because I dig that stuff. The answer how long we can go off grid is it depends. If like today was cloudy, where were we the other day? And it was still cloudy, and we still went up to 100. Oh, was it Dave and Bev's?
At Dave and Bev's, yeah.
So we were at some friend's house, and we parked on their front lawn for a few days in Oklahoma, and it was cloudy. And I was, I wonder what's going to happen here. And we have a 12-volt fridge, and the 12-volt fridge will take about 60 to 80 amp hours over a 24-hour period. So you figure that it's a 400 amp hour battery, so about a fifth of that is just the fridge over 24 hours. So I was curious, how much is it going to recover? And it went back up to 100% at night, even on a cloudy day. Now, from 80% where I woke up in the morning. So it recovered 20%. Once it hits 100, it stops. So how long we can boondock? The power is no longer the reason we come in. That system has just been bulletproof. We've been very pleased with it. It's maybe the best part of the whole trailer, quite honestly. So it's no longer power that brings us in from camping. It's now water. Water is now the challenge.
Our freshwater and our gray tank are the limiting factors now.
Right.
Electricity is not.
Yeah.
And by the way, Jim, thank you for asking that question, because now we put an ad.
Yeah. So, but also we can run the air conditioner for, depends on how much power we're getting in, but we can run it for 4 to 7 hours, depending on, various circumstances, which is kind of impressive. So if you're boondocking and it's kind of a hot, muggy day, you run it for a couple hours at night and you're good.
It has a soft start on it?
It does, yeah. And that was part of...
This is not aftermarket.
It's a system from Rockwood called the...
Power package.
The power package. Okay. Duh, I could look at the sticker.
It's called the power package.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is a package that is designed and built by ABC Upfitters, and you can take yours in now and get it upfitted, or you can order them now with the power package installed during manufacturing.
So one of the unusual things about this system is it uses Mastervolt batteries, charge controllers, inverters, and Mastervolt is a company that's well known in the marine industry because they tend not to fail. So it's not the cheapest stuff out there, but it just works. I mean, it's really impressive. So that's the answer to, yeah. It's a single 400 amp hour. It's a big, I'll show it to you. It's a big brick, basically. And now they're putting 460 amp hour batteries in, so it's even more power. But yeah, it's a lithium battery.
How much weight does all that add?
I have no idea. I suspect probably 200 to 250 pounds. But you figure there's no battery on the tongue.
Oh, that's right.
There's just that battery. And if you have 2 flooded batteries on the tongue, there's 160 pounds. So I think the battery is, not light, but I think that inverter and charge controller is also not light, because it's like this big and like that thick, that thing. But
so do you have a cover for your windshield?
Yes.
Yes.
Because there's already a crack in it.
Well, so when we bought our trailer, we found a company that installs Kevlar.
And
we have our windshield covered in Kevlar.
Huh.
Transparent, but but it's Kevlar, and it wasn't cheap. It's $500, but knock on wood, it's worked so far.
Yeah, the disadvantage, we have that YB Outdoors, and it's thick, and I like it because it has insulative properties, and you could take it off in theory, but no, it's Velcroed on, so I don't think I would.
We don't, just because we don't want to stress the Velcro too often. Yeah.
But
and somebody, it wasn't someone I don't think that's here, but got a cover that you put magnets on the inside of the windshield.
Yeah, that's the latest thing.
But I told Tony this morning I didn't go back and look to see if anyone actually said they've driven with that cover on.
Yeah. There was someone.
I'm a little bit. Someone said, I wouldn't go 80 miles an hour with that. And I said, well, I wouldn't go 80 miles an hour at all.
80 miles an hour towing?
We have that for like Christmas wreath you hang on a door with a and you can hang a wreath on the outside. The magnet's on the inside that holds it.
Right.
And you can put a Christmas wreath or something.
But yeah, that would make sense. It would bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these magnets stick to the inside of the windshield.
You stick them on the windshield.
Not just magnetic, but with an adhesive.
Yeah.
So,
but I've seen too the ones that are Kevlar, but then also just like the sticky, like holy, I can't think of what it's called, but like perforated or whatever mesh kind of. And they're pretty usually, and you can see out it. So this once in a while, we regret that we don't take our cover off because we can't see out.
Yeah, but all the other people in the campground are glad that they can't see in.
See in.
So it works out for everybody.
But we don't close the shade on the inside, so we can see the window. And every once in a while, I'll go to change to get ready for bed and go, oh, the window's open. No, it's not.
Why be outdoors as an option for a Velcro or snaps? And the snaps idea kind of made me nervous.
Yeah, the Velcro is. I mean, it's a they have very detailed instructions, and it's you really follow them. And we've had it since last year.
We were in Mississippi last March is when we put it on. So it's been on for more than
over
a year,
and it's still.
And it's been great.
One's held on fine. It doesn't even move or budge.
Yeah, you have a camo one. So how do you see it?
How do you even know it's there?
Well, I guess that's pretty much what we have this week. I really appreciate being able to come and join you all, and for your time and your great tips. And I guess with that,
StressLess Camping.
That's it. Thank you
all.
Okay, now it's time for beer.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for joining us. If we've provided value today, perhaps you'll consider subscribing and hitting that thumbs up button. For a lot of great stories, tips,
and RV discounts,
join us at our home on the web at StressLessCamping.com. Thank you, and
StressLess Camping!